now with the breakdown of what just happened in the court.
I was literally like,
all right, hold on.
and I was just like, I think we did the right job. I still
Yes, we are.
I'm gonna check with Brian, but I don't think the laws are right. So, and then he was like, he was really kind of smart. He's not kidding. He goes, "Don't you ever fucking embarrass me in front of a Victoria's Secret again, because you blew my chances with any of them." And I said, Greg, with all due respect, that was never going to happen.
Here we go.
And he was like, well, I have gotten to
Salute to everybody. Everybody hit that poll.
the show.
On Great Granny Soul, everybody hit that poll. Great Granny. Heard? On Great Granny.
What does that have to do with this?
Okay? Salute to everybody in the building. We here. Listen, we got a lot to break down. It's a lot. We here in front of the court. I just came from inside the courthouse. Cassie's testifying. She was crying just now. It's a lot, okay? It is a lot, right? So listen to me now. I told y'all, Diddy, day 2. Cassie testifies in tears, okay? In tears. About the freak-offs with the baby oil and the abuse and details, shocking things in the courtroom. Do you hear me? Shocking things, all right? When she talked about it. In a session, they could go through about 10 bottles of baby oil. The big bottles of Johnson's and Johnson's. One instance, she said in a hotel room, they had a blow-up pool inflated and filled with Astroglide and baby oil. Filled with Astroglide and baby oil. She said, yo, I don't really want to do this because she got into it with her outfit and all that. But she said it was making a mess. They was making damages in these hotels. And there's one instance it made damages in the hotel that they said you would have to even renovate the whole room. It looked like you'd have to do the whole room. So she started trying to make some kind of precaution. She would go and get linens, put down linens on furniture and different things like that, just to try to stop some of it, mitigate some of the damages. But at the end of the day, it was baby oil everywhere, all over the room. Yo, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Okay, just now we was a lot. Okay, come on, look. Listen, salute to everybody. Everybody hit that point on the way, and I'm gonna give y'all something to read because I'm going back in the courtroom real quick. But I just really came out to update y'all, literally. So salute to everybody. Make sure y'all dropping your likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, let me take you. Let's go flash over to the beginning. Okay, Cassie, 11 a.m. she comes on. Comes on at 11 a.m. Okay, comes in a brown dress. She's visibly pregnant. She said they weren't together consistently, that they took breaks. She described arguing with Combs, that he would hit her in the head, stomp her in the head, and drag her. This is some of the violent acts he would do. Said that he would hit her and do those things. She said she had injuries like knots on her head, busted lips, black eyes, and the whites of her eyes were actually red. And Cassie, she took a deep breath at that moment when she was going in there. You can see, because this is the first part where she actually began to get a little emotional. She was, you know what I mean? She's a pretty strong woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give her that. Because she seemed really focused and to talk about these things openly. And we know that the daughters, Combs' daughters, left the other day, yesterday, when the SEX worker was testifying. They had left, and then they ended up coming back, and then I guess he was still testifying, so they ended up leaving again. Today, they were in the court listening to the whole thing that Cassie was talking about, right? Great, right? So check the channel, you see the twins, you see everybody. They had the long trench coats, they were looking nice today. So boom, right? Shout out to them, right? Boom. So she took a deep breath before speaking on the assault video. Then they bring up the assault video. Hold on. You know I'm down with the news now, y'all. I'm part of Channel 7, y'all. They brought me in. Look, they brought me in. I ain't gonna. They brought me down. They said, Uda, we need you on Go. We about to make you a part of our news station. Look, on Go. Eyewitness news on the building. Live from the courtroom. Yeah, outside. Look, right, boom. So now, she said, she was having a freak up, yo, bro. Freak-offs was lasting like 4 days straight. She had to stay up the whole 4 days. And she had to wear the heels the whole time. Only if there was a little break, she would. And only thing she was waiting for every time was for Puff to say, all right, man, that's the last one. And when he meant the last one, that meant the last session. And the whole session is till the person, whoever ejaculates. So that's the whole entire session. So you have to complete the session. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, and you got to seem happy. You got to be happy when we dealing with the session. So boom, right? Let me go this way, because I'm going to live from the thing. I don't know where y'all think I'm at. This is where I'm at. I'm at the court. You think I'm down the block? I'm outside the court. Right? So boom. I'm about to go back upstairs. I'm trying to get y'all a quick date and go back upstairs. Right? So boom, it says, within the first, it said, she was having a freak off when she was assaulted in a hotel. She said, within the first year of their relationship, he said she wanted to try voyeurism. So before the freak off thing happened, know that the freak-offs was called freak-offs, Wild King Nights, or Hotel Nights. But before that, it was introduced in a way like some voyeurism, right? Because she said it was introduced as voyeurism with other men. And he said, what's a freak-off, right? She said, hiring of an escort. They asked, what is a freak-off? What does it entail? What is a freak-off? He says, a freak-off is hiring of an escort, setting up this experience so I can perform for Sean. He says, the performance involved him watching it. Everybody drop a like. I'm reading real things from the courtroom. I want the likes up, matching where we at with the people. Everybody hit the poll right now. I'm reading what Cassie just said. I'm going back in the court. I'm up y'all. I want y'all dropping likes right now. I'm not feeling the support from my people out there. I love my people out there. My name is Buddha and I'm on the go. Look, Eyewitness News done brought me on the channel, bro. What you think's going on? I'm about to work for the station, homie. Drop a like for that. I came from the block selling crack. And I changed my life, man. I'm about to be on Eyewitness. When niggas is rats being real eyewitnesses and I'm not. Come on, bro. Keep it real. Shout out to that I ain't a rat, I ain't eyewitness and Eyewitness News trying to bring me in the program. Look, anyway, look. Look at my girl right here from ET, from E Tonight. I love her. Rachel. Love her. Love you, Rachel. Here when nobody told you. You need to give me an ET umbrella because I'm over there next. Listen, boom, right? So they said, hiring of an escort, setting up the experience with escort for Sean. The performance involved him watching. When he first performed the proposed the freak-off, she was 22 years old and her stomach dropped to her butt, she said. She said it just like that. Everything I'm reading is word for word what people said. So I'm not telling my own mind. I'm going to tell you what happened in the courtroom so you can take it and put your own mind on it, right? Boom. So she said, when he proposed the freak-off, she was 22 and her stomach dropped to her butt. She was so confused and nervous, but she wanted to make him happy at the same time. Right? Boom. And I got waterproof paper. I'm lit. Boom. He said she knew that she didn't want to do it, but she was in love and she wanted to make him happy. At a point, she didn't feel like she had a choice or didn't know what it could turn into. You know what I'm saying? Making him angry or they asked, what do you mean what it could turn into? So she said, making him angry or uncomfortable. She said, Sean controlled most of her life, her career, what she wore, and she was super young and she was a people pleaser at that time. So she's saying, you know what I mean? She's just chalking up a lot to be her being foolish and her being a people pleaser, right? So she said, over time, Combs used blackmail materials, which was the videos and stuff like that, over her head, and it would be public, is what she was told. She felt that he would release them. It was always in the back of her mind that she would be hurt by him. It says, Sean is very polarizing, and she didn't know what would happen if she said no. On December of 2023, what did she provide to the government? This is the question. In December 2023, what did you provide to the government? She said she gave them some broken electronics, like a broken laptop, some broken phones and things like that. She didn't know what could be salvaged of them, but she gave it over to the people, right? She is shown a drive. So then they bring up something on screen. They show her a drive. Ask her, do she remember this drive or whatever the case may be. She showed her a drive that has evidence from the said electronics that she had, which was B102 through 12, B201 through 209, B301 through 13, and a couple of evidence numbers without having to go through to just show you I'm getting into it.
Love you guys.
All right. Bye, Rachel. I love you. Right? Love you. Right? Love you. Say bye to the people, Rachel. You know I love you.
Bye.
Uda on go. Tell them Uda.
Uda?
On go.
On go?
On go.
Aww.
That's my channel on YouTube. Make sure you check me out. I love you.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing good work.
Thank you.
I like your interview with Jarika yesterday. It was dope. I went and watched it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Queen. We outside. Real time, bro. That's ET. Okay? Entertainment, bro. We outside. Boom. Come on, bro. Listen, I'm a regular. I was meant for this, bro. I was just wasting my life doing negative things, bro. I was meant to be doing better things in my life like this. Look, boom, right? It said she's shown the drop, her and Kerry Morgan, one of the pictures that's on that they show that's on the set drive is her and a picture of a white girl. This white girl was her best friend at this time. I need everybody hitting that poll. I need everybody hitting the poll on my great-grandmother's soul. I know you don't know my great-grandmother, but I ain't never met her. I love her. So drop a like for my great-grandmother. Straight. If you told me drop one for your great-grandmother, I'd drop it. So boom, right? I never met her. I love her though. So boom, right? So look. So we're shown, because we all seen the picture in the courtroom. We're shown a picture of her and Kerry Morgan, this girl Kerry Morgan, of 2004, and she said it was her best friend. At that time, she was a model at that time and wasn't really doing music, but she had recorded a couple of songs. And then, a little while later, after that time, she ended up signing a deal with Bad Boy. Right? Just the next page. Sure. She knew they didn't want to do it, but she knew she wanted to make it back. No. She signed a deal with Bad Boy in 2006. Boom, that was the end of the page. Hold up. I'm giving y'all this live. I'm supposed to get back in the court. Look, drop a like for that. Straight. Everybody hit the poll. Look, before she met Sean, she just knew that, this is her words though. They're asking her the questions, and this is what she's writing, what she's saying. So I'm giving you her words. So she like, before she met Sean, all she knew is that he was a larger than life character in music, and she signed for 10 albums in 2006. Was the album release, and then they showed B102 through B103, which is Evidences. And then the pictures that they came was 2 side-by-side pictures. They showed it to us. It was a picture, one with Puff, and another one, it was her and Puff, and then another one was her, Puff, Cassie, and I think like Sherry Dennis or somebody like that was with them also in the picture. Looked like the other one with them, they looked like they was at like some award show or something like that, or whatever the case may be. So they hung around the same people. They said, so how many times did you see Sean around those times? Did you see him frequently and stuff like that? She said, no, they hung around the same circles or same people. So she would see him like once every couple of months or so. Then they said B104 was another evidence that they brought up. Then they showed it to us. And what the image was a pic of Cassie and Combs and Kerry Morgan, her best friend again, on a trip to Las Vegas for her birthday. They went to Las Vegas for her birthday. This is the first time where Sean allegedly first kissed her, is when he kissed her in the bathroom, right? So he kissed her in the bathroom of his suite early in the morning, and she cried and ran off, and she was pretty scared, she said. She ran up because being a new artist, she didn't know the lay of the land, and they asked her what was this lay of the land that she really didn't understand. But she just didn't really know how. First of all, like a big, like an entrepreneur type guy like him, a big wig, attracted to her and dancing on her. She was like kind of like, everybody double tap the screen. So she was like, she didn't know. So she never had an executive approach her in this way. This is what she said. She said she went back to her room and she told her best friend Kerry, but didn't want to kiss him on her 24th birthday. She said, did you want to kiss Sean on your 21st birthday? 21st birthday? She said, no, I actually didn't want to kiss him. When they got back to New York, she went to see him a handful of times. She went to see him at the Trump Circle. She went to see him at the Trump Columbus Circle Hotel. A Trump Columbus Circle, she went to see him. She said what happened at the meeting, she was introduced to oral. She was introduced to oral, they said. And he taught her how to do it. So she never was big on the oral thing. Remember, she was young and shit. So she said he's the one who suggested the oral. He taught her how to do oral. And Puff told her about it and made her feel bad when she didn't do it, because the first time he told her about oral, he gave her head first. But she didn't repay the favor and she didn't reciprocate. And so Puff made her feel like, yo, damn, what's up? Like, you ain't gonna, I mean? And she was made to feel bad about that. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't reciprocate the feeling and give him back some oral that day, because this is how he brought her into the oral. It's not by just teaching her, it's by showing her, you know what I mean? So then boom, it says she said she did all these things because she wanted to be around Puff, and he was this larger than life person. She met him in Miami to spend the weekend, and came up with a flyer for a party. Like, they just came up with this flyer for this party or whatever the case may be, even though it wasn't really no party or whatever the case may be. But you know, sometimes artists would do these things, like these promotional things, like parties and show hostings or whatever, to get money or whatever the case may be. So he just made a trip of it. Like, you know what I mean? You know, he said, yo, meet me here. You know what? Let's just make a thing of it. You know what I mean? Let's just make a day of it. And then since we here, we just, whatever we gonna do. So I guess we just gonna do the party, whatever. Right? So boom. So she met him in Miami, boom. So Kerry Morgan, and then they go into Kerry Morgan and the producer Dallas Austin. He rented a boat, because that's who was also there. The producer Dallas Austin. I think that's Chili's baby father. Something like that, right? He from Atlanta. Boom. He rented a boat. They were intimate. She said she was drinking wine early, and then later in the day, she took a Blue Dolphin. A Blue Dolphin which is an ecstasy pill Cassie took. She took a Blue Dolphin pill at the time. Diddy gave it. She said, who gave you the ecstasy? She said, Diddy gave me the X. She said, Diddy gave me the X pills. Facts, bro. She said, Diddy gave her the X pills, bro. She in there crying. She said they urinate. Yo, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's nasty work. Listen, it's nasty work. Duke filming me. You know we gonna give him some content. We all outside. It's real time. We all getting the content. I'm not selfish. If you need some content, hit me. IG, Udo on Go, the same name. We all lit. We ain't playing with each other. So boom now, right? So now, she said before she took the ecstasy, she said before one time she took ecstasy. The first time she took ecstasy, she had actually took it inadvertently at a time. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Much prior to maybe Sean, she took it inadvertently while drinking someone's Gatorade or something like that. And she said, and they said, how did you feel when you took it that time? She said she felt euphoric, and she mentions a thing called rolling. She said, and then when you get rolling, it's like when you get really high and you get like sensitive to touch and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So then they show the boat image of them on the boat. They're gonna show a picture of Cassie's in a white robe, Diddy's in a white shirt with his underwear. Cassie's like sitting on it, like laying on the couch on the yacht on the boat, and he's standing up and stuff like that. But he's like in his underwear and he's in a white shirt on the boat. So remember, this is when they had, I think this is when they first was sexually, you know what I'm saying, intimate. Boom. So after the boat, she knew that she was becoming one of his girlfriends. And this was not public for many years. So they asked her, so Jimmy, one of his girlfriends, she said she knew that Sean had many women that he used to be with or whatever the case may be. But, you know what I mean, she was spending more time with him. They was getting more close and stuff like that. So, you know, so it was just going. So she said she felt like she was becoming one of his girlfriends. He didn't want it public because she was his artist, one, and his family, you know, plus he's in a relationship with Kim at the time as well. And there was a lot of other dynamics to the relationship as well. So this is why he didn't want it to be public at the time. At the time, she said her manager at the time managed her then ex-boyfriend, who was a producer. I'm thinking this is allegedly what? Ryan Leslie, because, you know, she was with Ryan Leslie at the time, right? So even when she gave him oral, she was with her ex-boyfriend when she gave him the oral. Crazy. Everybody drop a like. Let's get the likes on 100. Let's get the votes on 100. I want to see it on 100 before I go back in the building. Come on, y'all. It got court over at 5. I could probably spend another half an hour reading this for you when I put the B in there right now. So let's get the votes. Let's get the votes and the likes up. Let's do that. All right, cool. It was her first adult relationship. She felt so like, why did you deal with these things with Diddy and stuff like that? She said, you know, remember she was young at the time, and she's like, remember Diddy's like 17 years older than me. Not like he is. So she's like, you know, this was like her first serious, like not serious, but adult relationship, and like she wanted to please him, and it was like serious. This is like an influential person. He could get anything done at any time. Like he was just a different kind of a person. You know what I'm saying? He was just like a whole different kind of a situation. She said it was her first adult relationship, and his lifestyle was different, more different than hers. Right? Boom. It's raining and all. I love y'all. Boom. Right? So boom, everybody hit the poll. Everybody drop the likes. Come on. Do we want this shared or what? Shout out to Biz Nunya. Shout out to 2D Bug. Shout out to Marathon Kev. Shout out to Girl Dad Cooking Up the Listeners. Shout out to my girl Thalina. Shout out to Big H. Shout out to Winslow Jones. Shout out to Rayan. Yo, your name sound like, it looked like the name from Game of Thrones. Don't tell me you're on your Renegan. What's the name again? I ain't see Game of Thrones in a minute. Shout out Gino to you. Shout out to you too. I gotta support the people in the chat. But look, boom. She said he was resourceful. He had assistants at his beck and call. Pictures shown of a 2007 Halloween party where Puff is in a suit and Cassie is in a sexy police outfit. Then a picture of them in the back of his car, side-by-side pictures. One headed to the Hamptons, she said. The next pic also in the back of the car, them being like kind of cozy with each other. Sean controlled her life, she explains. After they had sex, they texted frequently. If she didn't answer, there would be incessant calls. She went into specificity. They said, what do you mean by these incessant calls? She said, like, it would just start calling. Assistants would be calling, security would be calling, everybody be calling. So it's just going down. So boom, right? Incessant calling, they would keep calling, security assistants would call until they found her exactly, right? So then they said Combs' mood could change rapidly. So this is some of the things that she said that she didn't want to alter these things. An example of his mood in changing. She said an example of his mood could impact her whole day. If it's mood switch, it could be a long day, bro. So you got to be like kind of like etchy on the etchy sketchy. You got to be etchy on the sketchy, homie. You know what I mean? Yeah. So boom. So they said so the abuse was because at times it wasn't about her. If you make the wrong face, it would get you hit in the face. Simple as that. So they go into specific, like, if she didn't smile at him like he wanted to, then he would hit her. You know what I'm saying? Everybody drop a like. They said she would always be told to fix her face, watch your mouth, or you have a slick mouth. She said that was more of the things that she was constantly always told fix your face. You have a slick mouth. Watch your mouth all the time. Fix your face. Fix your face. So she had to make sure her face was fixed, no matter even times when she was allegedly being abused and assaulted. Even during Frico, she got assaulted, and one Frico got dragged by, got a bottle thrown in her head, dodged it, and she dodged it. Shit missed her. Then he ran down, grabbed her, dragged her by her hair to the room. Then he told her, B, allegedly, B, when I call you, you come here now. And she was just freaking off with him. And all he said was, babe, come in. She said, okay, I got my personal information out, and this SEX worker sitting in the living room right here. Let me just close the computer. The man flew off into the rage, allegedly, flung a bottle at her head, hit the wall, grabbed her, dragged her to the room, said, B, you better come here now when I call you. Then this is the first time the SEX worker said he actually heard him being violent, slapped her. And then after a while later, he said he comes out the room and she comes out. She's visibly shaking. And Puff says, y'all ready to go again? The SEX worker said, what? He said, Joe, this is the first time he had erectile dysfunction. And this guy right here, pause no Diddy, when I go into this part, because the first encounter he had with her, he said he lasted a couple of seconds, like a little minute. He said she was the most beautiful woman he ever seen. He said as soon as she walked to the door, she opened and meted him with a wig, shades on, red lingerie, and heels on, and said, your boss said I'm supposed to pay you $200. But here, hold this. She gave him about $4,000, and said, look, I know you were supposed to be here for a bachelorette party, but it's just going to be us here. Do you mind? She said her husband is doing something really nice for her, and this is special because this is her birthday. She said, we could start, like, you can massage me. Then they broke out the baby oil. She started to massage her. He had all his clothes on. He said at some point, he ended up removing his clothes to his underwear so that he could match her energy. Then while he was matching her energy, there was kissing, da-da-da-da-da-da. Then when she touched him erotically is when he began to touch her erotically, is what he said. She said he had the biggest penis she's seen in her life. She asked for the eggplant pics. I don't know what had happened. Told him come back after he bust off quick 5 minutes later. This is what he says. So boom, he goes in the room now, they massaging up each other. Now they get into the interaction. Now they actually have the sex where he about to ejaculate quickly. But the whole time, Diddy's off in the corner like usual. Jackson, the whole five, Jackson fives, he's just jacking, allegedly jacking the thing, allegedly the whole time. So he would watch, dictate, organize whatever he wanted to organize, and be jacking the chicken. This is what they said. He was jacking the chicken the whole time. The first time the SEX worker met him, he always had his face covered. Cassie testified to that today, saying in the beginning he would always have his face covered. She said, so today, so when did he start to take off his mask then? He said when he was really like comfortable with the escort or something like that, then he would take off his mask or whatever. But at first she would also wear masquerade masks as well. But she said that he will always give up his identity when he would speak because everybody would know how he sounds when he spoke. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's crazy, man. There's a whole bunch of things. Everybody drop likes. Let's get the likes on the hundreds. Let's get likes on the hundreds. Gold on this videos is thousands. You already know we out here like it. Like it. Boom, right? She said that there was a lot of psychological abuse, and she had to know all about like her songs and different things that she had to do. She had to make detailed lists of things. She said it became a lot because, you know, she had to be on top of her own career as well. But even though it wasn't really like going nowhere, as we could see, right? She said if she ignored him, she would send an assistant or security. And he lived close by, so he would also pop up as well. The security would protect him and watch her. That's what their job was basically on her end. Security's names, D-Rock. She went into, I think, Bonds, D-Rock, Uncle Paul Lee, Fahim Lee. Assistants, David Jane, Christina Courtroom, assistants. You know what I mean? These are some of the assistants. Everybody, let's get the likes up. I'm not feeling the love. I love you. Boom. Let's get the likes on hundreds. I got to get back in this court. I'm out here for y'all, giving y'all the information. Don't be stingy with something that's free. Don't be stingy with something that's free. If they gave you an apple and a plum to give to somebody when you get into a room, and you left and went back home with the apple and the plum in your pocket, knowing damn well you ain't gonna eat it because you can't give the like to nobody else, you can't give the dislike to nobody else, so drop the like or the dislike. I don't care. Make a move in the program. Don't be the guy in the Matrix by the garbage. Yo, Smith, I'm about to blow them all up for the steak. Neo here, and you're gonna drop the phone in the garbage on me, y'all? Oh, y'all Agent Smith watching me or what? Do I need to run? Come on, man. Y'all Neo like me. Drop a like. I'm right here in front of the Nebuchadnezzar. What's going on with y'all? You want to see Jada? She right there. Come here, Trinity. Trinity right there, too. Look. Listen, right? So they said, Cassie, this one. Damn, I got to this page that quick? Nah, I can't be on this page when Cassie had the gun in the club. Oh shit, I think I did. Crazy. At one point, Cassie was made to have hold a gun in her bag, loaded weapon in her gun. She was scared. She didn't know what the hell will it go off or whatever the case may be. She was scared. They said, so what did you do with the gun? When she said once she left the club, she gave the weapon, the Magneto. We gonna call it a Magneto. It's metal, X-Men. Y'all seen it. She gave the Magneto back to the security of guys or whatever the case may be. Then they was going to say like, what about Sean's guns? Like, so when other times you was holding weapons or something, what kind of guns you was in? You know what I mean? In the presence of. So they said he would be taking them out as scare tactics. And they said, where did he take them out from? He would take them out from the safes. She said that Sean mentioned voyeurism. She said, when did he mention voyeurism and how did he mention voyeurism and what was it about? Because remember, before the freak-off was even mentioned, voyeurism was the first thing that was mentioned. That he wanted to watch her perform with a man and stuff like that and all that. Before we got into freak-off, Wild King Night, or Hotel Night, which was the freak-off's names, because it gradually got to the names that it got to. So they said, he described it. They said, how did he describe voyeurism to you? They said he described it as a fantasy that he had of her having sex and him talking and that he would just watch. So what about the swinging? You know, she said swinging was brought up separately when he told her about, about other people exchanging, you know what I mean, their partners and stuff like that. But remember, the first freak-off, she was like 22 years old. This is the first time he told her about a freak-off. She was 22. She was like, she didn't even know. She didn't want to do it. She said every day she did a freak-off. So she said, how much freak-off did you do? She said she had to do a freak-off a week, bro, for years. She said she hated to do it. She felt disgusted. She felt sick. She felt worthless. She felt like that's all that she was worth, is just these freak-offs. That's it. And they said, how frequent was they? They said, at least once a week, bro. At least. You're doing a freak-off a week. At least a freak-off a week. And remember, the freak-offs last up to 4 days straight. And she can't sleep the whole time. She's up till the last session, and the last session is when a person, a full sexual encounter until a person ejaculates is called a session. So she got to wait till the last complete session before she can be done. And she got to have on these platform heels that she got on the whole time. 3-4 days. She's taking drugs. She's taking ecstasy. She's taking blue dolphins. She's taking mollies. She's taking cocaine. Who gave her the mollies? Sean did. Who gave her the ecstasy? Sean did. You said it's a blue dolphin? What kind of pill is that? It's actually a pill, and it got a dolphin logo on it. Okay, he gave that to you? He gave that to me. Who gave you the cocaine to use? He gave her the cocaine to use. This is what the prostitutes is going on. They pushing on it. They pushing. All right, they told you about the swinging was brought up. Boom. As far as the freak-offs, he said, they go into the mentions of the voyeurism. She said that it would be a stranger. This is how he kind of like initially started speaking about it. He said that it would be a stranger, a dancer, an escort, like nobody you would know. You know what I'm saying? When Sean first started hurting her, is when around the time he first started hurting her is when the voyeurism actually was also mentioned as well. See what I'm saying? She was shocked and didn't know how to react. If she denied it, she was nervous on how he would act. She was 22 at the first freak-off, like I told you. Within 2 months, she tried it after she was asked about the first freak-off. She did it to make him happy. She was in a mature relationship for the first time in her life. This guy was 17 years her senior, and she wanted to make him happy and didn't really want to, you know what I mean, upset him in any way. You know what I mean? She loved him in a way and all these different things, all right? First freak-off was in L.A., at his L.A. home. A picture was shown of the first escort that she had the freak-off with. It was a black man with dreads. He looked like he was Jamaican, y'all. He looked like he was from the Caribbean islands. I know a Jamaican when I seen one. The first guy in the first freak-off, the man had natty dreadlocks. Listen, he had natty dreadlocks. The man had, and I'm here with Black Rob Sis. Shout out to the Queen. That's how we doing this. Facts. We in front of the courtroom. Look, R.I.P. Black Rob. Long live Black Rob forever. Yeah, that part. So listen, as we speaking, so look, my channel is OOTA on Go. My name is Uda, and I'm on Go. My name is Uda on Go. OOTA on Go. We on Go. And this is all the words from the court. Exactly. Not my own spin. Right. And, you know what I mean? I'm acting like I'm a lawyer today. No. These is the facts from her words, from everybody's word in the court. Yeah, I'm on IG. Follow me on IG. I'm gonna get to that. Right now we blown. I'm about to get 100,000 right here first. And we're just in. They just bought me on Eyewitness News, and I will be the next anchorman. So listen, this is what's going on. You seen Bruce Almighty?
Right. Get your job.
Did you see Bruce? Well, I'm the Black Bruce Almighty. I'm here. Let's get it.
Right now.
Let's get it. Don't let me get in my Jim Carrey bag on you. Facts. So look now, right? Boom. So now look. They said the picture was shown of the first escort. I said he was not. He dreadlocked. But man looked like he was from either Trini, Jamaican, or Haitian. He was either one of them ones. I knows me a Jamaican, a Haitian, and a Trinidadian. And he was one of them ones. Toot by guy if he was Haitian. Toot by guy, brother, if he was a Haitian. Shout out to my Creole peoples. But look. So now listen now, right? So boom. So the picture was shown to the first guy. And she thought him to be like a dancer or something. He was paid to entertain, to dance, and to actually have sex with him. They took X, they drank liquor. She took the Blue Dolphins again, the pills. She took the pills that Sean's provided her before the sex that she ended up encountering. She wore an outfit from a sex store with high platform shoes and heels, and a masquerade mask at this time. After that, they took the drugs. After they took the drugs, Diddy talked to the dancer for a second, and then the dancer came back to the room, and he started like dancing in the doorway. I wanna taste you. He started doing one of them things. I wanna taste you. He started doing one of the things in the doorway. I wanna. He got his key sweat bag in the doorway, y'all. Yeah, so he was doing that in the doorway for a little while, and then this is when it goes dun dun dun. Cue the dun 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 music, right? Yeah. Right? So he was in the doorway dancing, doing his thing, right? So, but every freak off Diddy directed him, she said. Then they began talking about the baby oils. The baby oils is crazy. I told you, they ran through at least 10 bottles of baby oil a session. And they get in the big bottles. You ever went to Sam's Club or whatever it's called? Bruh, they was getting the big bottles of baby oil. Johnson's and Johnson's too.
What was in it?
I don't know why you're doing this Johnson & Johnson business. We heard about you, Johnson's. Huh?
What was in the baby oil?
Oh, but you know, I'm gonna tell you about, no, hold on, wait. We ain't getting into what was in the baby oil. The baby oil had to be heated in the sink, y'all. At a certain temperature. It had to be heated. The Magnum bottle, you ever seen the Magnum? The Magnum bottle of baby oil had to be heated in the sink, warmed up. This is the testament, that's what it does. Right here, look. It usually was squeezed on. And Diddy said, look, you gotta be shining, you gotta be glistening. It's not enough oils right now. Juice it up. You gotta keep juicing it up. If you got dry or too dry, he ain't like that. He wants you shiny, like them suits he used to wear. Allegedly,
you know
Diddy.
what was in
Allegedly,
the baby
Diddy.
oil?
Like the suit. I gotta go to the suit. Allegedly, Diddy. You know I'm from New York. I ain't trying to cook you. But like the suit. He said, look, he want them shiny. He want them glistening. Like me in the rain. He wanted them glistening. You know what I'm saying? It's what he said. Live testimony, what Diddy wanted. You know what I'm saying? He said one thing. This is how far Diddy went. He said one time they was in a hotel room. He had an air blow-up bed. Took an air bed in the room. A blow-up. My bad. Sorry, y'all. Speaking fast. A blow-up pool. A blow-up pool in the middle of the hotel, y'all. Put it in the middle of the room. Fills the thing with baby oil and Astroglide in the blow-up pool in the tub in the hotel room in the middle of the room. Now she in the room in the tub. In the blow-up tub with the outfit on, with the heels on, it's oil all over the walls and the sheets, everywhere. She said the damage was so much in the room that they had to renovate the whole damn room. She said she would take precautions to go get linens and cover the furniture, everything else to make sure everything else didn't get slip and slizzy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want it to get slip and sleazy. It was getting slip and sleazy, but he wanted everybody to make sure that they was glistening. Like me in the ring.
All right now.
Had to be glistening. That's what this is allegedly, but this is what she's testifying to. This is what these people are testifying to. So I might put my little comedic spin on a little 1-2 thing, but I'm not gonna joke. This is real testimony. I'm telling you. Everything I'm saying is facts. So boom, right? A section, like I said, is one full sex act until an ejaculation. He said they had the 2 freak-offs at first. Then Diddy told her that he had to pay them in the thousands. They said, so who paid for these things? Diddy paid the escort, and he paid them in the thousands, she said. They said after the freak-off, she was high, and she felt dirty, and she felt confused, and she felt like she just felt bad, bro. She felt worthless and all these different things. A few weeks later, he asked again, and she said yes, because she already did it, and she didn't want to upset him. If his mood changed, she would be worried about how that day would go, like I referenced before. Then the freak-offs were weekly for years. weekly freak-offs for years. A freak-off could last for 4 days. She cannot sleep. She never slept through the 3-4 days. She stayed up and she had to stay up and perform to the last session, which is the last ejaculation, homie. She had to do it all. And had her platform heels on the whole damn time. Imagine that. It's crazy. She's in the court crying, breaking down while she's saying all these things. Heartfelt is heartbreaking, bro. If you have a heart, bruh, it's gonna break your heart, bro. I don't care who you think you are. It's gonna break your heart, bro. Unless you don't got a heart. Straight. But listen to me. So boom, right? Look, the length of the freak-off is like a 3-day thing. She had to stay up for the whole thing, like I told you. She took X initially, and she took Molly, and then she started taking cocaine as well. The longest freak-off I told you lasted for 4 days. He would say, yo, this is the last one, and she would hope that it was the last one, not the last freak-off, the last session. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, yo, this is the last one. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like even the time when he said that he was urinating, like when Diddy and the escort would urinate on her. She'd be like on the floor drugged up and he'd be urinating. They'd be both standing over urinating on her. And she was choking on urine. It was too much urine in her mouth. She said she would try to block the pee with her hands, bro, on the floor, man. She would block the pee with her hands, bro. And then when she would try to sometimes do that, then Puff would be like, all right, too much. But he said Puff would do it with the escort. They would both be peeing on her, urinating on her and all that. She said she felt dirty. She felt worthless. She felt disgusted behind these things, bro. She was breaking down, even talking about these things, crying, in and out, Kleenex to the eyes, visibly pregnant, holding on the belly, baby probably kicking, stress kicking in. You already know I don't got to get scientific. You already know the vibes. So look, right? Don't let me get scientific. That's a whole nother channel. Subscribe to my next one.
All right now.
Bill Nye, the black science guy. Don't let me get him. I'm taking everybody's names. I'm the black version of them guys, though. Right? So boom, right? So also let me see. Okay, boom. So they said, how many freakos do you think? She said she couldn't even remember the amount, bro. She said it'd be impossible, bro, to imagine the amount. Imagine she's doing weekly for years. Weekly freakos for years. Okay? All right. She said she felt like that's all that she was good for and that she felt horrible and she started to cry. This is another moment when she started to cry. And when he was angry, he would be violent and his look changed over his eyes and his eyes would go to black. And she said the man that she loved was gone at that moment when his eyes would just like turn black. That's how she described this, you know what I'm saying? And she started crying a lot at that point. She started crying a lot. Right there for that. Boom. Great. Right? She brought up stopping the freakos at the time. She had to bring it up. She had to bring it up, stopping them. But she brought it up lightly though because she didn't want to kind of like, you know what I mean, get them upset and stuff like that. So she would just kind of like hint at it, you know what I mean, stuff like that. But she said that, and she knew that he could be violent, or if she didn't do what he wanted her to do, you know what I mean, and she loved him as well. So, but she knew that. But anytime she talked about like stopping it, Diddy would dismiss her. She said he would become dismissive. She said that she would talk gently. She had to talk gently to him because she never wanted to upset him or make him feel worthless as well. From the things like, remember, because he's doing these freak-off stuff, so she said she's feeling bad about this shit, and I can make him feel bad about this stuff, and then people that feel bad about the things that they doing to you start hurting you because they doing bad stuff to you, because it's psychological. Hurt people. You understand that? Simple. I said don't let me get scientific on you people. That's my other channel. I'm gonna create it tomorrow. So boom, right?
Nah, I
Trust me. That one going to a mill. So boom, let's go to a mill. Don't let me get in my science bag. I'm coming out with the robe, the whole science thing. So boom, right? White joint. Right? So look. So they said he dismissed her concerns. He would say, man, you're so predictable, man. You just want to stop it. You know what I'm saying? You so predictable. You know what I'm saying? You know you want to stop it. You know what I'm saying? She like. So now they show an email between Diddy and Cassie is shown. And this is the email that says, she messages Diddy. She says, I really want to F. Diddy responds to her. Listen to this one. This is the email they wrote.
Okay.
Email correspondence between her and Diddy. They show it on the screen. Bang. She messages Diddy email. I really want to F. Diddy responds, so who you gonna F? Call someone. Right? She said, really? I don't want to F nobody. I want to F you. What you talking about? So then they go into some of the nicknames. He said April 19, 2010. They said, what was some of the nicknames that he called the baby girl and he called her CC? What does CC stand for? Cassie Combs. She said she just did these things because she like wanted to be around him when she did the freakos and stuff like that. Because said she would sometimes get one-on-one time when she was around him. She would get one-on-one time when she get these free calls. Because remember, he had multitudes of women, multitudes of people that's around him, want to be around him all day. So you got to take your time when you get around him. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to have that time because she loved him as well. So regardless if you think she's stupid or she's smart, she loved this person as well. You can love your abuser, alleged abuser, but you can love your abuser. Stockholm syndrome. How you talking about? So boom, right? So her response to him is say, call someone, right? He says, I wanted you. I don't want nobody else. What are you talking about, right? He's like, you dumb? I don't want nobody else. Right? So, she said when upset, he got violent, or somehow, some way got her to do the freak off anyway. Regardless of the fact, he got his way anyway. He said he always covered his face at first, you know what I'm saying? As well as her. They did the mask, he did bandanas, he put hats on his head, different things to mask his, you know what I mean, his face or his identity. But he will also, like I said, give his identity away when he talked. But if he felt the escort, like I said, then he would remove the mask. Where were some of the places that she got some of the outfits that she got? Pleasant Chest in LA. She went to another location in Sunset. She went to a few sex stores that's in New York City. I could guess one of them was on West 4th. I done been there with a couple of my friends. And don't put me in the building with chill. Chill. Don't come investigate my bedroom. Hey. Don't investigate my room.
You in my business.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You in my business.
I got my own proclivity. Leave my clivities. Leave my clivity. Cool now, right? Boom. Let me stop playing with y'all.
Though.
That's it.
We in people business, and that's the real tea.
It's real.
That's the real tea. We in people business. We in people bedrooms.
Right?
We don't have no business being in
So
people
I'm telling you,
bedrooms.
everybody watching this funny. They filming too. Right? So boom, right?
That's the real tea.
Right? So look, they said he always covered his identity. She had to wear extremely high stripper heels, and she bought the outfits and everything, and she laid them out, and Puff would pick whatever outfit that she would wear. So they said, who make you, so everything that she's saying, they say, who gave you the drugs? So who made you, so who picked the outfit? So who gave you the outfit to wear? So who organized the baby oils? So who said y'all gotta glisten up and get shiny? Who said this? Who did? And she keep referencing Sean through all of this, right?
His preference was
I told you she wore shoes the whole freak off. These high platform shoes. And she had to stay up the whole day. 4 days, 3 days straight. Could not sleep, had to take Molly, X's, and cocaine.
You could use cream. There are stimulants.
They say, how long did it take to prepare for a freak off? She said she could take a day. You know what I mean? He just messaged or something like that. She had to go get her nails done. She had to go get waxes. She had to go get tans. Sometimes it involved her setting up the location. Usually staff set up the locations, but sometimes she would have to. So she would go get the baby oils, the Astro Glides, the 6 to 10 candles, the scented candles that were so strong, smelling up the room. These Glade candles. If you ever had one Glade candles and you 420, you know it wasn't smelling like 420 no more.
Not right now.
10 of them things, and she said it was smelling like Badussy. I had to say it that way.
No.
I had to.
Please.
It was smelling like booty and the other ussy. So I ain't gonna say. Cause she said it was smelling like body odor. They in here forever, lumping and grinding forever in a day in this place. It's sweaty. It's smelling like oils, Astro Glide, secretions. What? The Glade scents, the 10 Glade candles. It's smelling like a bruh. I don't want to go into it. I was gonna go. You know my name won't go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. You know my name won't go. Don't let me go. I was about to go. I was finna go. If I was down south, I was finna go. Right? So move. So now they say mostly the hotels was they went into the hotels that she went. They said, okay, boom. The first freak off was at his house. And she did freak offs in all of his homes except for the one in Mapleton. She freaked off in all of her homes except for her Studio City location. That's Los Angeles. Shout out Studio City. I've been there. Shout out to the Panda Express over there too. Because you know you love me when I was over there in that Panda Express every day giving y'all my money. Studio City. You remember. You remember me. So boom, right? She said most of the hotels, Miami, New York, ATL, Ibiza, Spain, Turks and Caicos. Then the prosecutor mentioned Vegas. She said, yeah, Vegas as well. Hotels in NYC, the London, the Trump, the Mercy, the Intercontinental Hotel as well. They went into that. LA, the London, the Beverly Hills, the Intercontinental, which we know that the location, which the thing happened, the situation. Miami, the Mandarin, the Thai, the Fontainebleau, to name 3 in Miami. What kind of suites were these freak-offs usually held in? She said it's usually like a junior suite, a suite that usually had like a living room, and a section off room, like a door that way, and you know, like an extra bathroom as well, like an extra restroom as well. So it's usually like junior suites that he set up these freak-offs. Who was booking the room? She named a guy named Tony Fletcher, who was a part of Diddy's team, but she would also book rooms as well. She ended up coming up with a fake name called Jackie Star that she was using to book these escorts at the time. So she ended up using the same name, Jackie Star, that she used to book the escorts with to start booking hotels. But she also booked the hotels under the names Frank Black or Frank White. We also know that Biggie's name is also his AKA was Frank White, after the King of New York City, which is one of the greatest movies. If you haven't seen it, don't let me get on you right now. Go watch King of New York. Go watch King of New York, man. Good. All right, look, right? So I told you some of the aliases that she had to use. And she started using Jackie for the escorts. I told you that. She's, you know, the staff really supplied the oil, the Astro glides, and all of the other stuff. But sometimes she had to supply the stuff as well. The assistants and security help. These are the hired staff that we're talking about, people from his inner circles. The baby oil was important as everything else. Like I said, they could go through 10 bottles of baby oils in a session. They was using you ever bought a Magnum bottle of Moet? Moet's my favorite drink. I tried to stop drinking it. I drank it too much. But look, the Magnum Moets, that's my favorite one too. I'm drinking it like this. Yeah. The Magnum baby oil. The Magnum baby oil. So boom, right? They said he liked them glistening. He heated the baby oil from the sink. And every 5 minutes you had to oil up. Every 5 minutes you had to oil it up. Every 5 minutes you had to get that thing slip and slidey. This experience is, they said she had to squeeze the oil. They were squeezing oil. That's how she applied it. They were squeezing on each other. I told you about the blow-up pool that he had. He had a blow-up inflatable pool in his room, and he filled it with Astro and baby oil. And they was wild and freaking off the room. Oiled up the whole place. It was crazy. You heard me, sis? You heard me? Tell him my channel, OOTA on go. Uda on go. My name Uda, and I'm the last shooter.
All right now.
But just and then Uda.
She also mentioned just a minute ago when she was on the stand.
Uda on go. OOTA on go. Check me. This sister right here is about her business. And she fine. And she fine like wine. All right? My Instagram is the same damn thing. Don't get me in trouble out here. I'm trying to change my ways. I ain't a cheater no more. You know what I mean? I ain't been delivered. I ain't been delivered yet. So take your time. I've been swallowed. Yeah, right? Swallowed. I've been swallowed. You know what I'm saying? Right? So now. He's probably upstairs. Yeah, I saw him too. He was in the building somewhere.
She also just said on.
You want to see him? He's been up there the whole time. He's going to come outside a little bit. And when he come out, he probably come out from over there anyway. So he be acting scary. He act like he ain't trying to chill. Tell him I told him. Armand Wiggins, you acting scary, Armand. What's up? Pop outside, homie. I see you on the first day. I was like, who that, Armand? He bucket. Yeah, that's me. He bucket. Yeah, that's me. He bucket. Yeah, that's me. Yo, bro, what up? What's up from New York? What up? He bucket. I'm staying the whole trial. All right, salute to you, bro. Then I heard he spent the night outside in front of the courthouse. I said, I hope it ain't true. Did he spend the night outside the courthouse? Armand, I heard he did that. Hope he didn't. That's what they told me. I hope he didn't.
Jaguar Wright.
I hope he didn't. Jaguar Wright. Y'all go check my interview on Jaguar Wright channel. She interviewed me too. So shout out to everything. Just meet us outside in real time cooking up. Jaguar Wright interviewed me as well.
Yeah, can we talk to you later?
Of course you can. Yeah, but remember, you're the one who gave me the thing with Gloria. You know you my boy. Yes. Anything you want from me, brother, I got you. Right. Look, this is my brother, man. We from Australia?
Yes.
Australian mates. What you mean? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. We outside like that. I just spent a year in England and Europe, and I was in Australia and all that. I saw kangaroos, homie. I saw kangaroos. I was about to turn Steve Irwin for a day. I was about to turn Steve Irwin for a day, y'all. You heard? I saw kangaroos when I was in Australia on Pyru Bloods. So put a pie and a kangaroo in the chat. On Pyru.
She also said when she was in the fans that how she seen Diddy.
I need a cord.
She said all that.
Just now? When I left?
Now.
Oh, I missed that part. This just in. Allegedly, this from my correspondent. This from my NY correspondent. He said Diddy allegedly said what? Give me the news brief, man.
Cassie also said that she was in her feelings. She was mad and she was feeling jealous because Diddy was in the bed with multiple sex male escorts.
Men's. It's raining, man. Hold on, wait. Holla. Let me get my umbrella. Because I ain't trying to get caught. It's raining. When it's raining, I don't want to be blocked by it when it's raining. But it's raining men over them parts. That's all they said allegedly. But if it's raining men, let me get up under my umbrella because that's not my thing. You know, that ain't my chicken way. Yeah, but I ain't knocking nobody.
Thank you, Miss VIP1.
I ain't knocking nobody.
I'm going to be back.
We outside of real time though, y'all.
Hold
on, let me see if I got some more work. Listen, bro, I'm gonna update y'all later. I was supposed to go back in the court. I still got an hour. I could go back in there. But I'm gonna let this run out for a little 10 more minutes. Look, boom. Let me see if I can update y'all a little bit more. Oh, I took some other notes in my other book. Look, I filled up this whole book in 2 days. Nuts. The whole book done. And this is a waterproof book.
Which way is
I bought it because of that reason. I said, you know what? I'll be outside with a waterproof book. And the book is done. I gotta buy another one. They got me. They sent me a small one. I said, this shit small. They got me. Amazon. Y'all some people. Yo, Bezos, is you?
Amazon.
It's you, Bezos. I got me and you got a chat, bro. Pop up to the Diddy trial. Let me holler at you, bro. Let me holler. Let me put eyes on you, Bezos. What's up with you? That's what I'm trying to tell you. They got me good, though. They got me good. Don't worry about it. They got me for this little bum-on book right here. This bum-ass book. Yeah, this is what we doing in real time. Like I said, hold up. This the station. Live Eyewitness News. Do you need me to brief? Okay, I will brief the people soon. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm live right now. Yeah. John bought me the umbrella. Yes, he did. Okay. I'm live. Outside of real time. I don't know what y'all like. And I just told y'all straight information that where are you gonna get that just like that? Everything word for word from people's mouth, right to your head. So salute to that, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to that. This is what we on. This is what we on. All right, cool. Everybody. Yeah. Let me put this on.
That was really good.
Yeah. That's just me regular vibing. I'm just rocking, bro.
Every second of that was 100%
It's just accurate, you know what I'm saying? This is what we doing, bro. This is what we doing. All right, yeah, I gotta do it. I'm about to be on Australian news, y'all. Slowing down, brother. We out there, look. I'm coming with the book too. I'm breaking that big green book. Right with me. Straight up, break the laptop. Hope that was waterproof. I broke that up. He's setting up the thing. Y'all watch my mic. It's my mic over here. Make sure my mic good. Cheerio and all that. Make sure my mic is good, Mike.
You on that stuff? I say you stay.
Yeah, we can open up the box tonight. Yeah, we can open up the box.